Shalom, giving all praises, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Hashem HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Greetings and salutations to you, Akim, upholding the testimony of our Lord and Savior Yahushai in truth and sincerity. All right. And pardon me for I'm sure the background noise that accompanied this video. Everything in which we have, everything we receive, it may be good, bad, evil, pursuing the book of Isaiah, light, darkness, it comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. As is written, I the Lord make all these things. And likewise wisdom, likewise instruction. And if acknowledgement and gratitude is not shown and exemplified for what you have been blessed with, and likewise cursed with, there will be consequences. We have a time, we are in the time, because the vision is for an appointed time, and we're in the end, and the speaking. It says, he spake as a lamb, but let me get that. He had two horns as a lamb. Let's get that. That's the book of Revelations. Pardon me. Revelations, the 13th chapter. We'll start at verse 10. How about that? Or verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And who led the regals, the house of David? Who led the Israelites into captivity? All nations of the earth. And the key, the atomic conspirator is Esau Edom, the inventor of the atomic bomb. Esau Edom, the son of perdition. All right, those people who rule over the earth, those 7 heads and 10 horns, the NATO and the EU infrastructure, America, the land of bitter, the land of wormwood. And it's going to be turned into wormwood by thermonuclear missiles. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And Columbus said, if I should be known, it should be that I had not put down my sword. No, not for one day, not for 1 hour. That's what he said. That's what Christopher said. And those who were with Christopher, and those who reverence Christopher, and those who are of the same descent and stock of Christopher. That's what young Chris said. And you know what that also proves? That young Chris was a member of the nation of Edom. Let's get that. The book of Genesis. Let's get that. And we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go back to the book of Revelation, where the reason why we went there in the first place is in the next verse. But I wanted to go to the book of Genesis to speak about this man Esau. Esau. I believe, as a matter of fact, is it 27? Yeah, I think it's 27. I'm reading through that circumstance that took place that many years ago. Let's get to, about one to get to Esau's blessing. All right, this is the blessing of Esau. This is Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39. And Isaac, his father, whom Isaac... Oh, Yahushua is the reincarnation of Isaac, by the way. No, you have to understand. So you don't understand about it because you don't understand that. You don't understand the prophecies because you don't understand that. You haven't come to that as an acknowledgement. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. And who runs OPEC? Which fatness goes into the Hebrew word shaman or shawaman, meaning oil, richness, abundance. Who owns all the oil? Who controls the oil monopoly? And it also goes into the fertility of the land. Who controls the best parts of who rules Turkey? Anatolia, are you serious? That is the supreme trade. I won't say that. Well, who controls America? I was going to say America is the supreme trade hub. But in the ancient world, controlling Anatolia, controlling Israel, that's like the center point for trade from the Mediterranean to the Far East. It connects Europe to Asia. You see? Who controls those trade routes? Is it not Esau, Edom? What about the French and their inhabitations on the Mediterranean Sea? This man controls the oil. He has the fatness of the earth. Who controls Russia, which is the biggest landmass country on this earth? Who controls America? Who controls Canada? Who controls Europe? Real talk, who controls Africa? Let's be honest. How many of those countries are part of the Commonwealth of Great Britain? Let's be honest. Or if not in signature, indeed. At one time, Great Britain had controlled 1/3 of the planet Earth. The sun did not set on the British Empire. Who is this blessing talking about? That's because the British are Edomites. They're part of the 7 heads and the 10 horns. That's because Christopher Columbus, he was an Edomite. That's why he said he wasn't going to put that sword down. That's why he said he didn't put the sword down when he was slaughtering the Israelites. Well, let's get the blessing of Esau. It says, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. That's what young Chris said. That's what Christopher Columbus said. It says, and shall serve thy brother. And he served us during the time of David. It says, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, when the Israelite empire fell through Solomon's heirs. It says, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that's when the Edomites established their own dynasty after the fall of Solomon. It says, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because, well, that's it on that. Let's get back to Revelations. I wanted to get the point I want to emphasize. Can't be tossed to and fro. It is precept upon precept, line upon line, but we got to make sense with everything that we speak. So I wanted to continue to get to the point that I wanted to emphasize originally in the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter. And when I was speaking about he had horns like a lamb. Well, this is it right here. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. And what are those 2 horns? It's the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, the same way you had the plebeians and patricians of the ancient Roman Empire. All right, they're bipartisan. It says it had 2 horns, which horn represents strength and power structure. And the lamb represents innocence because they appear to be innocent. They said they were the home of it was the land of the free and the home of the brave, but it was a cap, not the truth. They said it was the all this rhetoric that they say, and they stand up, and hold their hand to their heart, looking cute. You see, all right, that's that lamb. Opportunity, American dream. That's the lamb. And he spake as a dragon. In that draconian legislation. See, Joe said, we're we're running out of patience with those who are not inoculated. And we see what's taking place in Austria with the lockdowns, and, Europe. I believe it was, I forgot what country it was. It was 35,000 people protesting. Why is Sandy not covering that? 35,000 people protesting? That's a lot of people. That's a whole lot of people. And that's why I said there should be wars and rumors of wars, and there should be sedition among man and nation, rising against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Now, that's what we're seeing. Oh, well, that's it. And why are they going to be acting in that format? Because he spake as a dragon. Through the legislation, through pushing this job. All right? Through, pushing these unlawful decrees, pushing the children, this wicked, weird stuff, all this craziness, You know what I'm talking about. These people are weird. They got devious lust, and see, and they try, and so it all goes back to witchcraft. That's rebellion. All right. And through the Spirit, I'm gonna skip down the verse. That's just how the Spirit had it for us to come here. This Revelation is the 13th chapter. Originally, I wasn't going to talk about this. The 14th verse. And he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. And Esau is deceiving the people. It was originally, people fell into awe and love and admiration of this man because his power structure and what he did in World War II. What he did, we're talking about, he went on the moon. It made people worship this man like a god. All right. Okay, his influence, his blessing that he received from Isaac. All right, these guys have been untouchable for the last 500 years, but now they're being touched. And that blessing was also during the time of the Romans. It was also during the time of the Greeks. Those empires fell, so how much more so this one? In the last days at the coming of the Son of God. All right. It says, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which means follow their system, follow their democracy, follow their legislation of homosexuality and this madness and their corrupt ways. That stuff that was in Afghanistan, that was an image of America. Like women's rights and all this other madness. Push a woman to be above man. A lot of weird stuff, man. Okay. It says, and causes that as many as would not worship the beast and really go along with this chip system, to be honest. That's why when those who didn't worship the beast, you got people like Saddam Hussein, who tried to do the gold standard. He was knocked off. He was knocked off. Gaddafi, who tried to unify the African Union under the gold standard, knocked off by who? NATO. Who knocked him off? NATO. That is the beast. That's the beast. All right, and America runs that beast. But we see the beast is hating the whore. It says, it says that not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Chai Ksai stigma. I mean, these guys, they say it's not. No, it's not. It's not the CHIP arc. I mean, what could you explain to me what chai stigma means, sir? If you could, it would make all the sense of the world. It would make all the sense of the world. Could you look up the term stigma for me? That is the 603 scoring 6 in the Greek. All right? And furthermore, the context of what we're reading. You do understand about the previous verse? And the verse before that, how could that be talking about sin or Christianity? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. America's not pushing no damn Christianity on these people. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? America's not pushing Christianity, man. That's way over. It's played out. These people are pushing that jab. What are they pushing more? That inoculation or Christianity? Which that's not the mark. That's the forerunner of the mark. That got the graphene in it, all right? The grapho, that information, that oxide, but it's not the mark that's coming. Well, it's here, but it will be made mandatory very soon. It says, "In that no man might buy or sell." How do you buy or sell with Christianity? Because somebody answered, how do you buy or sell with religion or opinion? I can show you how to buy and sell with something in your arm, in your wrist. There's videos on it if you want to. You look it up. There's a plethora of videos on people buying stuff with little devices in their body, in their arms, in their hands. There's a lot of videos of that. Buying and selling. That's easy. That's an easy one. It says, or the name of the beast. All right? And the name is what? If you will ascribe to the name of something, the system, the ordinance, the persuasion, the manner of life, you following what this beast is about. You believe in this beast system. You know, beastance. Whether you got the cutting in the flesh or not. If you got the name, it's all the same. All right? It says, or the number of his name, which we do understand the number. All right? We do understand the number. The chai, ksai, stigma. All right? All right? Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beasts. For it is the number of a man. And his number is 603 score and 6, which is chai, ksai, stigma. 666. I've been seeing that a lot today, too. This is right around the corner. And if we are not prepared, the scripture says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. We have to do what's necessary in order to be protected, in order to be victorious. Lord willing, I was edified. I'm give all praises and glory and worship to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.